Hey guys, the world of Sunder
Me,
here.
miss?
I've been
Not
thinking
by a
about doing
long
video
shot.
tutorials for my builds for a while, and someone in my most recent Caitlyn build asked me to do some gameplay to show how I play her so that they could do it better. And so I just decided to record an entire match, and just commentate it, letting you know what's going through my mind when I make all the choices that I make. Because I really think that's just the best way to learn this game. I definitely got a lot better when I was watching Tree Eskimo's live stream,
Time for a shakedown.
and I still watch his stream when I see it live, just because every single time I watch, I learn something, and it's just really useful to hear why people are making the choices they made. So this is just the early game. I walked up to the enemy's turret just so that I could see who my lane mate was, really, and possibly get a Piltover Peacemaker
Want to
on
see a
them.
hat trick?
But that's actually kind of dangerous, just because I couldn't see anybody in the other lanes. So yeah, this is still some dangerous play. I was
Let's
just trying to
investigate.
see if I could get a Peacemaker on them, but I did see the bottom lane was down at bottom, so I still couldn't see the top, so it still was a bit dangerous. But once I saw the bottom, I knew I could come up and I would be able to escape with flash if I needed to. So anyway, in the beginning of the game, I usually just go into my lane and I start trying to last hit as much as I can. I try not to push too heavy unless it's a character I know I can full zone against. And when I saw it was Cassidon, that was kind of worrying me, just because Cassidon has his silences, and that can really mess Caitlyn up
I have the tools for the
as
job.
far as her being able to escape any ganks. And just in general, Cassidon is pretty decent against Caitlyn
Don't be caught
in my
flat-footed.
experience, so I usually just try and play it safe with him and keep the creep wave between my tower and his. And right here I've harassed him a bit, so I just start focusing on last shots. Not too worried about harassing him more, because I know if he doesn't go back before I hit level 6, he's going to be in a lot of trouble with my ult. So
Meet the long gun
right
at the
now I
ready.
just focus straight on last in creeps, and I actually do a kind of bad job at it. I miss quite a few in these waves. So
Don't be
really
caught
not much
flat-footed.
going on here except last hitting. Sometimes if I have a headshot, I'm going to move forward and see if I can get that shot off on
Want
him,
to see a hat trick?
just because headshots are it's a great harassment tool, and you always want to use it if you can. Piltover is also a great harassment tool, but it's also just good for pushing
Hot
the
on the
lane.
trail.
If they're getting too close, just start using it, and you'll be able to get a lot of their minions and start pushing the lane forward. Here I'm sort of letting Cassidon push me in. It's not too bad to be pushed in with Caitlyn. Just try not to let them get you to the tower, just because you're probably going to miss a lot of last hits there.
Boom.
Yeah, see right here I just got
Headshot.
headshot, so I was moving forward to see if I could hit him with it, and I actually did right there. And then he silenced me, so I couldn't get my Peacemaker off, so it didn't matter.
Let's investigate.
And we're approaching level 3. I still know that my ult will hurt him really bad if he continues to stay in the lane. So right now I'm not too worried about
Up for a
pushing him.
showdown?
But now I see he's pushing me to my tower, so I Peacemakered his minion wave just so I could get it moving forward a bit. And now we're level 4. Cassidon is still low HP. He started potting, and now that I've seen that, I'm going to try and harass him a bit more so that I can get him back down to that low spot where he was before.
So many bad guys.
Because if you're laning against anyone really, if you keep their HP low and you hit level 6, your ult will kill them, and an early kill is great. So just with any champion in general. And I'm level 5 now, and he has still not gone back. So I'm just going to pot and hope he stays in the lane as long as I want him to.
I have the tools for the
And it
job.
seems like he's going to. Notice though that even though Cassidon is pretty low HP, I'm not trying to harass him too much because I don't want him going back. I probably shouldn't even be pushing a lane right now. I was just making poor choices. I should not have used that Pilt over Peacemaker, because if he had gotten hit, he probably would have gone back. Focusing on last hits was probably the best idea right there. And right here, I moved back right after I leveled up for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I did get the kill with Ace in the Hole as soon as I leveled up, and then I move in on the tower. Shoot it a couple times, but I know that Caitlyn falls behind really easy if she gets low on money, so I am focusing more on the creeps than the tower. Now that Cassidon's gone, it just lets me farm more, and I'm trying to just get last hits as much as I can. I'm not really trying to auto-attack here, just because I want his lane to push out a bit more. Because it's much safer to be in the middle or between the middle and your tower than it is to be near their tower. As soon as you come near their tower, you're open to ganks from... Especially in mid. In mid, you're open to ganks from both sides, so... Being up there is really dangerous, and I'm trying to let his creep wave move in, so... It also gives me the time to lay a trap down right there. When I see Cassidon coming back, I move back a bit just because he's at full health. He just went and healed. I know he probably bought an item, so I target him to go see what that is, and it's a Boots of Speed, so I'm not too worried about his damage. I am worried about Rift Walk, and he does it right here, I think. He Rift Walks soon, and I had to move back to tower just because it almost killed me. Yeah, right there. If Cassidon Rift Walks on you, definitely move back. There, if you're this low HP, if he does it a couple times, you are dead. He has the mana to do it about 3 times, even without any mana items, so just move back if you can. Once I go back, I buy Berserker's Greaves early, just because I want more attack speed to get the last hit, so I'm changing the build a tiny bit here. I also go and grab a Null Magic Mantle, because I'm laning with Cassidon. It's really a good idea when laning with Cassidon to grab a Null Magic Mantle, because you're ruining his harass. His only harass is his Q. It does a lot of damage with no magic resist, and if you grab a Null Magic Mantle, you are ruining his spam for the early game. So it's the same thing with Pantheon, really. If you're laning with a Pantheon, when you go back, if you get a cloth armor, you're going to ruin his output pretty well.
Who doesn't like being under
right here I move in. I try to last hit, but I don't get any of them. The tower screwed me up. I saw Cassidon go back. Didn't really know what he was going to do. I knew he took teleport, so I thought he might be teleporting back in. But once I saw he wasn't going to, I called MIA on him instead. And it was actually a good thing I did, because Cassidon ends up popping out at top lane. Right about after Gangplank died, Cassidon popped in. And with Cassidon in, that leaves me able to farm as much as I want. I miss a lot of last hits here. I'm still not playing well at all, but I am keeping ahead, so... And I lay the trap there just because I know that Cassidon's in top lane, and our top lane just died. And Rise said, "Damn you mid," and I told him I called it, so... And he says he knows, but I'm not sure what he was complaining about right there. Someone called Corky going mid. I wasn't sure what health he was at, so I went down to go place a trap, but I saw my trap was still there, so I wasn't too worried. And I saw Corky come in at like half health, so I shot him a couple times here. Still working on minions. I saw Cassidon come in. I had to move back as soon as I saw that. If you see someone like Cassidon come in, Rift Walk can do a whole lot of damage to you. And if Cassidon ganked me with Corky, I probably would have died right there. So I definitely had to move back a bit as soon as I saw him coming into the lane.
Up for a showdown?
And my no magic mantle is working wonders for me right now. Cassidon's Q is doing barely anything. Though it might have been a mistake to get it just because he keeps running from the lane right now, so... It wasn't too much of a waste. It's letting me farm because he knows he can't do too much damage to me. And he just went back, so I'm calling him MIA again.
Let's investigate.
Actually, I called him B because I thought his teleport was on cooldown, so it wasn't going to be a problem. But still, I was letting them know just so they could know. And I lay another trap just in case top lane decides to come down again.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Me? Miss? Not by
And
a
right
long
now,
shot.
just working on last hits again. I'm getting a bit better at them in this game just because, well, at least I'm not failing with them
Wanna see a
anymore
hat
because
trick?
I was missing a whole lot in the beginning of this game. But still working on those just because I really want to get as far ahead as I
Don't be
can
caught flat-footing.
from the enemy team. And Cassidon left my lane. He's still going top. It's a really good thing when the other lanes are playing well. What's happening right now is the
I have
top
the
lane
tools
is
for the
playing really well and keeping the other two back. And that's causing Cassidon to have to leave my lane and go help top. If Cassidon leaves my lane and goes and helps tops, it leaves me able to farm a whole lot, and that is a very good thing with Caitlyn. So it's actually really good play by my team. I was very happy with this
Got them
team.
in my sights.
Or maybe I was happy with the enemy team. I'm not sure how good any of them were in the laning phase. I know Cassidon was doing some silly stuff, especially with waiting in the lane when I ulted him, but I am not sure how the rest of the enemy team was doing during laning because I didn't look too much. I probably should have, but
Right.
that's just a mistake on my part. I might have been able to get some ganks in too if I had. But anyway, with Cass gone, still focusing
Don't be caught
on
flat-footing.
getting last hits here. Got a lot better at them for this, these few waves. I'm not sure what Cassidon is doing in back. I was kind of worried right here because he keeps like faking a blue pill. So I was not sure what to say about to the team in chat for
Sorry, boys.
whether he was
I
MIA or
keep the
not.
fuzzy caps at home.
But I did call MIA right there just because he didn't come back to the lane, and I thought
Boom.
he might have blue
Headshot.
pilled, but he also faked it twice, so I wasn't sure if he was going to move forward.
Hot on the trail.
And right here, I should have noticed that the whole enemy team went MIA for a
Let's
while.
investigate.
That is a bit... That is a very scary situation considering how far ahead I am. My teammates called MIA top, and then I saw Cassidon get my trap, and 3 of them came out, so I instantly
Miss?
netted and
Not
flashed
by a long
back.
shot.
That saved me from a pretty massive gank right there. Always use your net
Leave the long gun of the
as
law.
soon as you see you're about to get ganked. Or if you're running, use your net first. It really will help you with that quick blink away. And
Wanna
if
see a
you
hat trick?
net and then flash, you're pretty much getting out of anything they're about to do to you, so. And also that trap placement was very helpful.
Right.
Seeing Cassidon come in there is what clued me off to the fact that I should probably be getting out of there. And it was my mistake. I wasn't paying attention to the bottom lane or the top lane. They called MIA, but I did not look to see. And right here is a huge team fight that I noticed, so I move forward. I definitely try to participate. Got a kill off on Cassidon.
I have the tools for the job. In my
They
sights.
both juked my shot pretty well right there. Corky got out of it with his jump, and I tried to
I
ult there,
love
but
chase.
I think Yeah, Blitzcrank turned on his shield, and that screwed up my ult a bit. I wasn't sure why I lost all that damage, but it was Blitzcrank.
Time for a shake.
And I try and see if Blitzcrank is still there, but he's not, so I'm going to play it safe and get out. Especially because I see Garen's coming up at me from the middle lane, so I run away as fast as I can right here.
Who doesn't like being under the gun?
And when I run into minions, I still farm them a bit because I know Garen is a bit behind me. I drop a trap because I figure he might be coming from that direction. And then because I have 2,500 after that team fight, I went back to go buy some more items. I probably shouldn't have gone back in the middle of the river, but that was just a bad choice on my part too. I probably should have gotten in that bush.